Hi everyone, and welcome into this new session, a live session, where I will mix or more produce this song from Colugo Creatures, which is Home. It was made by Nick DeWitt using GarageBand, so I had to get everything inside my Ableton Live session, trying to elevate a little bit the production. It was a nice challenge that Nick had, because he basically released the full album using GarageBand on iPhone. So thumbs up to him, because it was very great stuff. So now let's go straight into the session. This is the part 3, because we had already some other sessions where I started to work out this track, introducing everything, trying to change some of the sounds, adding some drums, some bass, and so on. So Nick is with me via text message. So basically, we'll be able to react on what I will present him, because this is a kind of wrap up of what I made so far. So it's now an important milestone to have a chance to get together, review a little bit the changes that I may brought to the track, and see if he likes it. Okay, so let's get to it. Okay, so directly into the Ableton session. Okay, we'll change the view. Let's take this one. Okay, so well, let's play it from the beginning. I propose to do this first, and just for you to know, which is a big piece of music with a big intro and so on. The intention is to keep it like that as one version, and then do a radio edit later on. So don't be surprised if the introduction is kind of long. It is on purpose. I really like this track and all the plot twists that were inside, and as you will discover, it's kind of nice. So let's discover it.
triumphantly through. Apocalyptic are the choices we make, but we will learn vicariously true. We will learn vicariously
Okay, so Nick, first impression, tell me, do you like it or do I need to delete everything? There will be a small delay as always. Nick, are you there or I lost you? Yeah, it seems you like it. Yes, the brown brass and the horns, yes, they are different. I will show you this in a minute. Okay. Put all the comments that you have. I did a little touch of piano, you will see. But yes, really I wanted to to remove a little bit more what we initially had on the from the intro, all this brass that we had converted into synth and strings. Now I had ready to fade them out during the beginning of the rhythm intro and the verse, because we add too much in the mix already. When the guitar starts, basically it starts to be too much muddy, and then I put back this sequence at the end for the outro. Yeah, for the flute, you will see. I kept it, but I did a tweak on it. I used the track, but for a different purpose, because so far the flute was only chords, played chords, and basically it was not really bringing any added value to the track, except muddiness, maybe. But I wanted to use the flute notes and then use them as a rhythm, and you will see that in a minute. Okay, let's break it down a little bit, especially for those who could see this live as well. For the drums, I basically used Abbey Road 80s drummer plugin from Native Instrument. Initially, everything was created in a single track, but because I will mix after in Luna, I wanted to get all the tracks separated. So it was important for me to then, once the rhythm I was kind of fine with it, I duplicated the tracks and I isolated only single instrument by single instrument. The kick, rimshot, snare, and so on and so on. For the bass, I use this Scarby Rickenbacker from Native Instrument as well for the entire song, except for the outro, where I basically put this Trillian bass Marcus Miller patch. Trillian, if you don't know, is from Spectrasonics, so great plugins. So Nick, from last time, I think that for the drums and the bass, I didn't touch much, except sometimes realigning one note or another, which was odd. And also, I added a little bit more cymbals during the chorus at some key moments, so that it was better. And then I think I didn't change much about it. Now, your percussions, I kept those all along, except maybe just accentuating a drop between the bridge and the chorus. So I stopped the both tracks there. I will see during the mix if I keep those all around, or if I vary a little bit from verses to choruses. I will see this. Then the flute. So the flute initially were only, as I said, played chords. But at the end, I didn't reuse it. Maybe I could keep the one which pops up in the intro. But what was it? Yeah. In the mix anyway, when you have this. Let's add it. Okay, I will reactivate this one, but then for the rest, from the verse, I completely turned it down. I think from the automation. Let me recheck. Yes, from the verse, I on purpose removed it completely, because on a song we need to usually build up and create also some surprises. So we shouldn't avoid to keep all the same instruments playing the first verse and all the same instruments playing the second verse. It doesn't make so much sense. We need to bring additional elements progressively, and sometimes also playing with half of the verses. It can also be very much interesting. Again, to create some surprise for the listener. Now, so having deactivated the flute for the first verse, however, I have a second track with the chorus part for the flute. Why I split them? Because I applied some different effects depending on the verse and depending on the chorus. I treated the flute this way. Let me show you. Just move it this there. It will be easier for me to deactivate. Okay. Original sound was this one. And initially I treated this on this manner. Created more volume, more dimension. I also used some saturation on top of it. And then to create some movement, I basically used this trance gate and with a specific sequence. And then during the chorus, I'm playing this one. So it's there. It's kind of subtle, but it brings some movement, and in a mix you have this. All we know is that we are here. So I don't know if you hear it. Here I hear it very well because I have really high-end speakers. I don't know with your headset or whatsoever if you hear it. What do you think? You would like me to put back the plate chords? It's your song, it's your vision, so I respect that. I don't know how many seconds of delay we have with YouTube. Certainly a couple of seconds. Yeah, okay, I keep it like that. I could bring you in Visio, by the way, but you would get some echo from yourself through the live, so I couldn't find a proper configuration so far. The long flute note at the beginning, yeah, okay, in the intro. At the very end of the bridge, what do we have? I didn't add any flute there. Or maybe... the second bridge maybe. Yeah, this part. Now with the new outro, let's see what it would sound like. I'm not sure it would work.
We will learn vicariously.
Okay, Okay, I would say if we keep it, we need to fade it much quicker, if you don't mind. Agreed with that? Yeah, exactly. Okay, I will fade it earlier. Let's try to do it maybe from there. Progressively, then, yeah. Up. Okay, let's try like that. I'm not sure that you see anything, even myself, between the colors that we have here. Kind of. Okay, let's try.
We will learn vicariously.
I think it's okay like that. What do you think? Sounds good? Okay, great. Thank you. Okay, let's keep it there. And then I need to make you hear what I did for the verse for the flute, because this is the reason why I split it, the flute, into 2 tracks. For the second verse, I used a different pattern, a different rhythm pattern, which sounds like this.
Must I travel? Through this desert.
And I panned it to the right this time. Okay for you? I could also remove it if you don't like. Yeah. Next time you need to go on Twitch, because I think that on Twitch you have less delay than on YouTube. I just hope, by the way, that the sound still works, and also the mic's sound without any issue. Yeah? Okay. I keep it then. Okay, so that was for the flute. Guitar, basically we made this last time, but just for any potential viewer of the live, basically we had this kind of guitar. Let's go to the verse, for example. And we changed it in 2 different ways, one for the verse, one for the chorus, using guitar rig 6 from Native Instrument. Again, we use this silver phase preset that I tweaked so that we had exactly what we wanted. And now the verse sounds like this. And the chorus sounds like that, using a different preset. So in context.
All we know is that we are here.
Okay, that's it for this one. For the brass, we had this brass ensemble which was doing this at the very beginning. But that sound coming from GarageBand was not really satisfactory. I tried to tweak it in different manners, using again some saturation. I also at some moment, I also used the Murda melodies to also add some spread, some dimension, also some saturation there. I put also some decapitator, and I even duplicate. I also played with the transient, trying to remove a little bit of attack, and then I even tried to slightly detune by 5 cents. So one track -5, the other track +5, to get something more wide, and also with a tiny delay from one track to the other, and then I ended up with this one. Which was already a little bit better, but to my taste it was not enough. So I'm basically took Logic Pro that I didn't add, so that I could export the MIDI tracks easily from the GarageBand project. And then I exported everything, and I could then put another synth on it. But while doing this, I realized that we were really not in sync with the tempo. Let me play this a little bit. Not the one, sorry. Same result, but it's not the same. Yeah. With the new sound that I started to use from Omnisphere, on the bracket, I took this sound. It's loading or what? Or it's broken. It's supposed to be loaded, but I don't see it. Don't like that. Okay. Anyway, for this part, I realized that we were a little bit off tempo. Where were we? Here. With some glitches sometimes, with notes that were not really where they should be. So I took the liberty, and we will see if we keep it this way. I took the liberty to realign this slightly different, on a slightly different manner, keeping this sound from Omnisphere. Let me see if here it can open. Still not. It's not a good sign. Okay, so here, and I ended up with this one. So here I'm syncopated, but really aligned to the tempo. What I liked from Nick's version is that because it was kind of off, it was creating something kind of unique as well, with this impression that it was sliding compared to the drums and so on. So this is initially what I like, but since I needed to change the sound, I realized that the notes were not really aligned, and and depending on the sound that you use, it was becoming very obvious that that there was something not okay. If I go back to the original with the new sound, versus maybe I could reduce a little bit the length of the notes, except if you like it this way, in the context. I need to put back the right volume, sorry. I don't remember which one it was. Yeah. And then a second track comes in with some strings. So what do you think? Is it okay this way for this brass, or you would prefer something different? I even tested over lines. I tested over types of sequences like this one. Or even this one. But at the end, those two last were not matching as good as yours, a little bit derived, because here we really hear the chord, and then when the trumpet comes in, it really gets in conflict. Although with yours, it's fine. Although we hear there is a little bit of dissonance because we stay somehow in the C chord, and then with the flute we could go maybe to another chord, but it's still fine. During the mix, I will also adjust a little bit the appearance of those played chords from the brass. Okay, so Nick, what do you think? I'm not sure I still have you there. Again with this delay. With the string sound in the mix for the whole intro. Okay, so the strings on top of the synth. For the moment, the strings appear only there at that moment. But they are stacked with the other sound. It just bring a variation again. just to avoid, just to bring something new, and I alternately pan it to the left and to the right after the duration of the sequence. And so, but it just, if I solo it, it's exactly the same as the synth part, derived from your sequence. But in the mix, of course, you don't hear it very much on purpose. It's more like a ear candy that I bring, although I like with the delay. So what do you think? What do you want to do with that? Fine, I keep it then, no problem, thank you. Alright, so I will maybe start to create a new version, also to start removing some extra tracks so that my PC, my Mac suffers a little bit less. Especially with all the vocal tracks with Melodyne on and so on. Even if it is a MacBook Pro M1 Max, but it's still suffering. But you see the CPU level stays very low, but I'm streaming at the same time. Okay, I just want to avoid making any mistake, but it's really time to start cleaning up this. I can also remove dual guitars. Okay, those two strings channel. Okay, let's remove. Okay, so then remember last time we introduced this new synth. I will not unfreeze it to show the Anna 2 plugin from Slate Digital, because the integration with Ableton sometimes has problems. You can see here even frozen that I lose the automation with the plugin, so I don't want to repeat what I did. We basically from the second part of the first verse we were bringing this, but I doubled with a little bit of piano-ish sound from Omnisphere. This time it opens, nice. So one CP70 sound. So together it brings this. And then we add this bridge with a little bit of effects on the synths, together with your bass. I know your bass arrives a little bit after. So, and then for the chorus, that piano also makes a lot of sense because it brings some frequencies that will be interesting in the mix. So it sounds like that. So with everything.
All we know is that we are here, and we got to have somewhere to be going.
And of course, on the final mix, all the instruments will be more detached from one from the other, so it should be even more easy to distinguish every little part that we worked out. Okay, this filtered bass was yours, which starts from the chorus. I hesitated to keep it or not because it has no rhythm, meaning that it would create some muddiness without helping the bass. However, I felt that it was working, and we have on top of it the last part, which is very interesting, with some filtering changes. So together with the piano and the new synth, it was kind of interesting. Okay, and it respects also the vintage sound that you wanted also to have. It's more 80s or 90s. It's fine. Okay, I kept your Stardust harp that you add there. This tiny sound, but I added it on the bridge. We didn't add it so far. And I also brought back some warm synth pad that you add. I brought it here also on the bridge to help a little bit, because otherwise the drop was a little bit too big. So it sounds now like that with all those elements. Bringing something, and then I think we had the trumpet. Initially it was a sound also from GarageBand. It was not a bad sound really. It was interesting. The main problem was a little bit too much of triolet entrance of the notes. It was a little bit too much. A real trumpetist would not have played so much notes, I would say. So I tried to, of course, to realign the notes, and also to create in the intro something something a little bit more limited. So the old sound was like that. you see it was really a little bit too much, and I replaced by this one. So basically, I used this this trumpet sound from Native Instrument, Session Horns Pro, and I added some reverb again from Native Instrument Rome. I also added a repeater to have some delay at the very end to mimic what Nick also created. Again, I really tried to respect the original vision. For me, it was very much important. So we have this delay, a ping-pong delay that I kept, and also I added some sidechain compressor so that during the time where we have at the same time the trumpet and the vocal part, I wanted a little bit of decrease of the trumpet volume, and I got lazy. I didn't want it to write it on the automation. I just threw a compressor sidechain with the vocal elements, and then it directly worked. Yes, maybe it was on purpose. Okay, on the solo, trumpet solo, I missed some notes, you tell me. Maybe it was on purpose, maybe to light this up a little bit. You mean on the intro? Let me recheck that. I will replay it. Yeah, so this is way too much. If you are talking about all those small notes that usually a player is using before reaching the note, usually, and I'm doing also while playing keyboards. Basically, you are reaching the note that you want to reach, but passing by some additional notes so that it creates some more natural vibe. It's kind of cool. And a trumpetist would do the same, but not as much as what you put it there. So it was really on purpose. So, but I will wait for your answer before going further. And I will do a tiny break if you don't mind. I will just grab something to drink quickly. So I'll be back on 1 minute or two, okay? let's continue. Okay, I received this information from Nick. Okay, but I lost my screen. It's not moving anymore. It doesn't like the transitions, I'm afraid. Let me check that. All right. It's back. It's back. Okay. Nick told me, I know you took out the trills, yeah, because you said it was too much, but it sounded like you were missing a note when it steps up 3 notes and then back down 4 notes. Okay. You know your piece of music by heart, Nick. I'm impressed. Okay, so when it goes up 3 notes and then back down 4. Maybe I did that. I'm not sure where it was. Okay, I will note it, and if this note, if you miss this note, I will reestablish it. Maybe I was also removing it because either it was not in sync or something. Let me recheck this. So 3 notes up and 4 down. So maybe that place. Let's have a look. So here I continued the previous one. I'm not sure it is what you referred to, or I will continue a little bit there. No, it's not there, but I just saw that you put a panning that I didn't add, so let's put it back on my version. I can do it already there. The other side. Up. I don't want to pan it too much because this is way far than the final mix, but it will be fine so that I don't forget it later on Luna. Okay, so Nick, tell me, is it the notes you were referring to when I'm going up? With this delay, it's kind of a pain to go into tiny details. But I think it is the one. But it was on purpose, I have to say, just to have a nice prolonged note, but I can split it. Yeah, you had 2 there. I think it is what you meant. 2 times the same note. I can reestablish that. I will wait for the answer. Okay, Nick will point me to the right bar for the note. Okay, I can put one more. I think it's there, yeah, a little bit before 41 to get. Let's try it there. I want mine. Then I want the trill, but with less velocity. Okay. Yeah, I'm a little bit less fan, I would say. Oh, it works. It works. Yeah. Let's just try something different just to check. So you said I would also like to reestablish that instead of holding it out the old way. I don't get it, Nick. If you could rephrase it differently, I'm sorry. I don't get it. You were holding it. Let me check. It was going down a little bit. Okay, maybe you were doing this a little bit this way. I could get back the original MIDI file. Huh? I think it is something like that, maybe. Something is not okay. Too much velocity. Yeah, I could add one more, but for me it doesn't sound so much natural. But okay, I can. I think in the first place you should have add something like this. Yeah, would make sense. Problem sometimes also because of the VST, the interpretation can be a little bit different and. Okay, I will recheck that. Okay, you were starting it before. Okay. I can re-establish like it was. I will just drag the original track. Let's take it. I think I add the trumpet MIDI file. Oh, okay, maybe I extracted it from your track. Because I didn't have access at that moment to Logic Pro, and then I certainly did something different, which is interesting from Ableton. With a right click, you can directly click on Convert Melody to New MIDI track, and then it will take a little bit of time, but it will do it. Okay, let's maybe just take what we need. But it is actually why I went to a plain note. It is because I couldn't find any satisfactory sweet spot for me, for my taste, to make it sound right. But again, everybody has different taste, so no problem. Okay, here it is. Okay. Again, there were a lot of trees whatsoever. Let's put it somewhere there. I would like to align it. It will be easier for me. I don't want to copy. I could copy, but okay, let's do that. Yeah, but also the notes were wrong. Or maybe the tool could not interpret it correctly. Okay, I will fix it separately. I will go back to your version, not with all the three, but I think there is one missing note from that Ableton could not convert. I will go back to the session, export the MIDI, and just take the exact position of those three notes, so that you keep the original sound that you had. Okay. Same note 3 times. Yeah, real quick at the end before it starts to walk down. Yeah. Okay, no problem. I will reestablish that separately. If I do it now, I will crash OBS for the streaming, certainly, so I want to avoid that. Okay. Now for the vocals. So I had a big time with the vocals, because for me it was important to fix some parts which were not exactly out of tune, and sometimes also for the placement, especially between the tracks. Since we have harmonies, it was important that we could have the notes played. I mean the vocals sung at the same time. So, and I see that my screen again is stuck. I don't know why, and I'm not sure I can do much about it. Okay. All right. So for the vocals, what I'm using is basically Melodyne. Sometimes I would only use a normal autotune, like the one from Waves that I liked, and also the one from UAD, Antares plugin. Now the work had to be more delicate. So I really wanted to change notes by notes some elements which were not exactly in tune or whatsoever. It's already done, so I will not do it in front of you, otherwise it would take me again, let's say 30 minutes per track to really get everything fine, because here you can really fine-tune a lot of elements. Not only the notes by itself, that you start by aligning to the right notes, and then here, if I go to pitch tool, it should sound. Why I don't hear anything? Let's try with another track. Okay, it should sound, and maybe the session start to be a little bit big. It's weird. Anyway, so I can, especially for example, let's talk about the bridge, for example. The bridge, I had a lot of elements to correct, especially because you were kind of on low notes, and sometimes you were not reaching the exact notes. You were a little bit above one or two semitones. So I really realigned those. Of course, with the harmonies all together, okay, some people wouldn't have not noticed, but okay, to reach a professional level, for me it was important to do this, and also to align sometimes so that important words would be spelled out quite at the same moment, and not having one starting a little bit after, because it is also something that I can do with with Melodyne, not only I can change the pitch of a note, I can also move it slightly left or right, you see. And also I can just move the starting point. If, for example, you have a big vibrato, here we could still see on this note especially that there was still a big vibrato, but I could reduce it. Because of course, whenever you have some vibrato, you are somehow diverging from the original notes, reaching some semitones sometimes. So I sometimes already had to change a lot because of the breath. Maybe sometimes we're not fully masterized on some notes. It's kind of a big thing that you did here. And then, for example, if I take the bridge, I will make you listen before and after. Maybe, yeah, this one is with the effects. It would be better without, but I already removed the tracks without the effects. So let's listen to this for the bridge.
Over and under the backs they will break, and the horns will sound triumphantly through.
So here you can immediately hear, if you really pay attention.
Over and under the backs they will break, and the horns will sound triumphant.
And I went to this.
Over and under the backs they will break, and the horns will sound triumphantly through. Apocalyptic are the choices we make, but we will learn vicariously true. We will learn vicariously true.
You see the true as well. I really aligned them so that they pop up they pop up at the same time. Now it's really clean. I know maybe for some of the low notes, maybe you could not even reach them ready, but okay, fine. I did the trick. For the chorus also, it was worth it, I think. Let's play it.
All we know is that we are here, and we've got to have somewhere to be going. All we know is that we are here, and we've got to have somewhere to be going.
There is just one note that I could not get rid of. Sometimes you are passing through a low note to reach the high notes, and sometimes it was not very nice, but with the tool, when I was moving the note at the right position with by let's say swapping this low note, it was creating some artifacts. It was too much obvious that I had touch the track, so I let this part like the original. With the music, it's not a problem, as you can hear. Check, I just heard something. this one is ending a little bit off, and we can hear it in the mix. Yeah, you see here it is because of the vibrato. Basically, it goes really to different notes. So I will just use the pitch modulation tool. I will just slide down and up. I change that. See us through. Perfect. Over. Perfect. Okay, so what do you think, Nick, for the vocal parts? I think I'm okay with the tuning and the placement. Now the last thing that I will do once I bounce all the tracks out of Melodyne, I will maybe retry a little bit to remove the ambient reverb that you add on your room when recording. But honestly, on the mix, and especially given the type of music, with also some reverb and so on, it's not so annoying. Also, when you hear this in this part of the bridge, or was it in the bridge or chorus? Let me check. At the end. We will learn vicariously. Yeah, I think it's in the mix. It should be fine. I don't know what you think. All we have are the truths we've been told, and we still believe that they will see us through. Over and under the backs they will break, and the horns will sound triumphantly through. Apocalyptic are the choices we make, but we will learn vicariously true. We will learn vicariously All right. Yeah. Also, the last vocals were realigned, so I think it works very well. And yes, Melodyne does a great job. The version I have is is not the basic one. It is just the one above. I think it is the assistant, and it really does some magic. So I like it very much. Okay, so out of this session, what I keep in mind is that I should revise the trumpet, and then I think I should be good to go for mixing. But I need to know what you think, because once I start mixing, I don't want to go back to the production again, and otherwise I will need to redo some mixing parts. So, are we good with the version? Do you want to listen to it again from A to Z, or it's fine like that? Tell me. trumpet solo. I will fix it, definitely. Yeah, okay. Let's listen to it from A to Z.
must I travel through this desert of despair? And how long will I wander with no purpose, with no care? All we know is that we are here, and we got to have somewhere to be going. All we have are the truths we've been told, and we still believe that they will see us through. Over and under the backs they will break, and the horns will sound triumphantly through. Apocalyptic are the choices we make, but we will learn vicariously true. We will learn vicariously
All right, sounds good, huh? And okay, I'm very curious to see how it will sound with the mix, because already there it's consistent. Yeah, it's already with nice elements. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this. Certainly, certainly tomorrow. Not sure yet if it will be in the morning or in the afternoon, but I will stream as well the mixing using Luna and a lot of UAD plugins. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this. Fun with you, Nick. Happy with what you hear. Anything else to add to the production except the trumpet? I know it doesn't sound good for the moment, especially now that I tried to tweak it. It was even worse than initially. You will see with the mix. With the mix, it will also go much higher. Happy that you like it. Okay. Yeah, I have to admit, this is a kind of sound for the outro that I really like playing, doing, and really it got inspired by your track naturally, and now especially that I have put back this brass more in sync to the tempo. Now you really hear how it fits, because somehow you created this already from the intro without, let's say, emphasizing this rhythm, and I just it just came to me like something obvious that we could continue this kind of vibe and unphases with drums and bass, and honestly, I like it. You have a nice piece of art there. Okay, nice. Well, guys, if you pass by this live stream, thank you for watching. Stay tuned for the mixing part. You see what we can do from a GarageBand track to more professional sounding track. Even if really Nick did a great job also in the mixing. If you go on Spotify, wherever, check this song "Home" by Colugo Creatures. It's nicely made, really. Okay, with that, see you next time, and I hope that you enjoy. Bye bye.